Hi everyone, it's Angel Shaver, Stampin' Up Independent Demonstrator from Kansas. I'm sorry I'm late this week, but when you get your eyes dilated, that does not make for a good combination of creating and filming. So I spent most of yesterday sleeping in a dark room, and that was great. But the good news is I am going to be getting new glasses, two pair, one specifically for computer use, which means I will hopefully be able to see any comments without squinting and getting all weird. So, that should happen in a couple of weeks or so, but let's get started. We are making our second card with Cheerful Basket, which is the August featured stamp set. And today we are making a simple stamping card using note cards and envelopes. And I'm going to put you down and we will get started. I'm just over here looking so I can make sure that you can see what I can see. Okay. When you order the note cards and envelopes, you get either vanilla, which is what I'm using today, or white, or I think there may be some crumb cake, or craft, which are available currently. And you get a package of envelopes and note cards. The note cards are 3.5 by 5. It's what we're going to use today. I have cut a piece of Hues of Happiness Designer Series paper to put on the front of this. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to want to trim it down and angle it or leave it straight. If you are watching this before I get the paper down, let me know if you prefer angled or straight. And we'll make a card together. So I'll put that aside and my note card. I'm going to stamp first. And I did not get my stamp apparatus out, but I am doing that right now. And these, I believe, are rubber. No, they're for the polymer, so I do need the foam pad in there. I'm going to go ahead and find my magnet, which is under the foam pad. And I'm going to put my paper in here. I'll be doing a couple of things. Stamping a basket of craft supplies. And then at the bottom of the sheet of paper, I'll be creating a sentiment that we'll be cutting out with a mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss and a circle. Now, I'm stamping everything in black today. I'm going to get out the other magnet because my paper is sliding around. And I do not want that to happen. these magnets are very magnetic, and so they're sometimes difficult to get out. Okay. Stick that up there. Check and see if that's going to stamp where I want it, and it is. I'm getting my Tuxedo Black Memento ink because we're stamping everything in this color today because we're going to color them in. And I definitely want to see the details. That off and use my chamois to clean it off over here so I don't get the paper wet. And then I am also grabbing my craft supplies, lining them up. Okay, for whatever reason today, my paper is wanting to run away all the time. Okay, here we go. I tried to hold that down so it stayed in the same spot. Here we go. That was great. And then I will be moving this around to put my sentiment down here at the other end. And I'm putting it down inspired by you. It doesn't matter so much if that moved a little because we're going to cut out this sentiment with a circle. And there it is. Okay, I'm going to move my paper. And while I have my stamparatus out, I'm going to go ahead and do stamping on the inside of my card. Okay, just a little bit of water on my stamparatus. I'm going to put a sentiment. You fill my world with my day with happiness. Right about there. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and stamp the kitty on the inside as well. Again, my paper moved. Just making sure that works where it's supposed to. I have my kitty. I'm going to put in the bottom. Probably right there. So let me move my magnet. Make sure, yep. It's still going to land where I want it to. Sweet kitty. You know what? I do want to add the butterfly. Right there. What creates happiness more than a kitty watching a butterfly? And I'm realizing you can't actually see what I'm doing because you're seeing this side. So I scoot him over. There he is. Alright. Kitty with the butterfly. Move this over because until we start coloring, I do not need my note card. I'm going to grab my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Make sure I get the lid back on my ink. Okay, and we're going to send this through and cut a circle out of the sentiment. I want it to be a very small circle. So I hope that one fits. Yes, it does. Here we go. There is my small circle. I will show you again in a minute. Putting the circle die back in its envelope so I don't lose it. Alright, inspired by you. Now I am going to color in my basket of craft supplies and my kitty with its butterfly. And what I'm using today is we are using the watercolor pencils along with blender pens. This to me is an easy way to watercolor, to use pencils. Now, some of them we may not use the blender pen on. I'm going to go ahead and do the eraser on the top of my pencil. Oh, I should do something pink. I'm going to do the pencil itself in yellow. And the eraser will be not real red. It's hard for me to tell by the tips what color some of these are. Okay, Melon Mambo. And then I should have a basic gray. I'm going to dump these out so I can see the bottoms. Basic gray is apparently the one I chose not to put back in box. So we're going to use white to color this right here. And the edge of the scissors. When you order watercolor pencils pack 1, it should have a basic gray. But I have apparently left mine somewhere else. Maybe I'll just very lightly I'm going to do some blue handled scissors and show you what I'm going to do with the blender pen. Once you add the color, you just use the blender pen to spread it out where you'd like it. Okay. I think I'm going to choose the lighter blue for the ribbon, and we're going to do the same thing. I'm just putting a little bit of the color in there, and then I'm using my blender pen to pull that through. I definitely need a purple. That'll be one of my ink refills in here. The ink in the bottle. And I've made the lid the purple color. Although that's not entirely how they come. And then the other one I will make pink. We're gonna do Melon Mambo. And I do want a black marker, making the whole thing black. And I think we'll do a green marker on the other side. We'll do lime green lid. Lime green lid with a black barrel. Now, while I'm doing this, if you're watching live, don't forget to vote whether you want the Designer Series paper to be angled or straight. And then I'm going to add a little more for the paper. Let's see what color of paper. We'll do some yellow paper right here. Trying to be careful and not pick up the other colors we've already used around here, but I think I'm not doing such a great job. And then I'm going to use some clips of coral on this back little corner of paper. And I'm just going to color that in. Now, I'm going to be doing the basket itself. And I'm going to use early espresso on the wood slats and on the handle. I forgot for a minute that I am not cutting this out. So you want to be careful when you're coloring if you're not planning to cut it out. Okay, and that's crushed curry. That's kind of a yellow. This is Cajun Grays. Trying to think what color I want to use. I think we'll do crushed curry. I'm not sure what these are called, the bands that go around the barrel. I don't know. You don't have much longer to vote for either diagonal or straight. It's not much longer until I start to put this all together. That aside and go ahead and add some pumpkin pie to the kitty. I have a little orange kitty, and I'm just scribbling because my blender pen is going to do all the work here in a minute. I must still have a little bit of crushed curry on here as well. But that's okay, because when I see an orange kitty, it's orange tinted. It's not bright orange like a pumpkin. I'm going to add a little pink to the inside of his ears. And a little pink to the outside of the butterfly. And then without using the blender pen, I'm going to add some Bermuda Bay to the butterfly as well, just right in the spots. Alright, there we have the front. And now we're going to finish the outside of the card. and I did not see any votes, so I am going to add it straight. I keep picking up the wrong glue. Hi, sorry about that pause. My husband had surgery this morning, and that was a surgical center calling to give me an update. So it's very important that I take that call. Now let's just finish putting this card together. Okay. I'm trying to find what we're doing right now so I can make sure you can see it. Yes, okay, there. I cut the basket of craft supplies to a 3 by 3.5 inch rectangle, and we are going to attach it with dimensionals. Put it up toward the top, and then pop just a little glue right there, and put our sentiment circle on that. And there we have our fairly simple stamping note card. You could do this without the designer series paper if you don't have that. It's stamped directly on the note cards, and then color them in with whatever colors or markers you have. And then there's the inside. I hope you enjoyed this. Next week will be the Christmas card using the monthly stamp set, which I forgot what it's called. Cheerful basket stamp set. We're going to make a Christmas card next week. And then for the 4th week in August, we're going to make a fun little rotating wheel card. So I look forward to that, and I hope you all will come back. And don't forget, it's still celebration through August. You can earn free products by shopping, hosting a virtual party, or joining my team. If you have any questions, make sure you reach out to me and let me know.